Today, class, we are going to start our project. It's a pop art project, and we are going to use some fun candy logos in order to make it. So you are going to need tape, your piece of drawing paper, a tracer. You can actually use a pen. I'm going to use one of my special tracers that I ordered off of Amazon. They're usually pretty expensive. Inexpensive, I'm sorry. This is one of the many logos we have. We have some that are Sour Skittles. We have some that are the trolley bright worms, just the warheads, just a few different ones. And then we're going to finally need a piece of carbon tracing paper. The reason we're doing this project this way is I want you guys to get a chance to use some carbon tracing paper. This is great for putting on points whenever you're trying to draw something and get a specific proportion. This is great for a project like this when we're not necessarily drawing this by hand just yet. So we're going to take this first and we're going to lay it down. Now I'm going to lay it at an angle to the paper because I kind of want to angle my candy wrapper. Make it a little more fun, kind of have it go off the page a bit. Determine where I want to do that. Kind of look at it. I may want to do it more like, maybe like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just angled a bit, just to give it a tilt, make it a little fun. I'm going to try to center it. And you want to make sure any spot you're tracing is going to be on that contact paper. And if you'll notice, there's a darker side to your contact paper and there's a lighter side. You want that darker side down. That is the side that's going to end up putting the transfer onto the paper. Like I said, kind of move it to where you like where it's at. Like I said, I'm going to put mine at just a little bit of a tilt. And then I'm going to take tape, and you don't want like a duct tape. You want something that's going to be easy to peel up and isn't going to damage your actual paper. And take just a little bit of that masking tape and just gently try to avoid as much of your actual paper, your project paper as you can. Just gently lay that down to hold it in place. You're going to want to do the same over here. Just gently put some down there to hold that in place onto the transfer paper and the desk. Now the transfer paper is pretty inexpensive as well, and you can often get it with this kind of tracer. It's real easy to find on Amazon, in a Hobby Lobby, any arts or crafts store. I will say I think Amazon has the least expensive place to get this transfer paper, and it's very handy. So first thing we're going to decide is, what are we not going to trace on here? So we don't want the really fine, teeny tiny little bits of words. So I'm not going to trace something like this, where it's really small, or down here. And I probably won't trace these very small letters either when I'm going about this. So I'm gonna come in and just start wherever. You just press down a little bit with your pen. And you're gonna go all the way around. And it's actually easier with a pen because then you can see where you've been. Now here, notice it goes off the page. You might have to kind of estimate. That happens a lot. And you're gonna trace every little bit of this. All the way around. You're going to trace your outline. Notice I'm tracing this outline. I'm also going to come back in and trace this inside line as well. Just like this. And if you'll look, I'll move this just slightly. You can see it looks like you've drawn onto the back. Now you don't want to move that too much, but I'm just showing you kind of what happens whenever you start tracing this. So I want you guys to go back through, make sure you add everything on here. Like I said, I would definitely use a pen. You can easily then see where you've been, especially if you're using a colored pen or a colored pencil that's going to leave a mark on the paper. I would trace now here, notice it goes off, so I want you guys to kind of imagine where it would go and trace upwards. You can also wait, remove the paper and put that on with a pencil or a pen as well. So trace all of this. You're gonna trace these, just a real basic shape here and here. This is the first step in making our pop art piece, and I will post the next video tomorrow.